there and welcome back to Self-Help Sunday. If you haven't checked out last week's video, which was all about our self-talk, because the most important words you will ever hear are the words that you say to yourself, then please do so, because this month we're looking at cultivating a better relationship with ourselves, which we know really positively impacts our mental, emotional and physical well-being. This week I want us to focus on the idea of self-care, how we treat ourselves. Now, I think it's fantastic that these days self-care is much more spoken about and seen as something that we are encouraged to do. However, there's a couple of problems that sometimes I see with self-care. Number one, many people that I work with will talk about feeling selfish regarding self-care. They'll say, Jenny, how can I go on the spa day, or how can I take myself out for a meal, or how can I get on the sofa and watch some Netflix when I have children, when I have people relying on me, when I have 10,000 million things on my to-do list. And even though I hear you and I understand, I think it's really important to understand there's a difference between self-care and selfish. There's a really good reason that when we go on a flight, the flight attendant says that we need to put our own life mask on first before we help anyone else. And that's actually because if our engine is depleted, if we are struggling, we can't serve or help other people. But the most important bit I want to focus on is you can't help yourself. So I really want us to reframe self-care away from being something which is just nice to do to something which is essential to replenish your tank and to resource you to deal with the challenges in your life. The second thing that I can see with self-care, which can be a challenge, is making self-care meaningful to you. Now, if chocolates and bubble baths and watching movies all feel like they would be grounding and soothing to you, say for instance if you're struggling with anxiety and stress and you feel like your engine's running all of the time, self-care activities that soothe and ground you can be really fantastic. However, if you're someone that's struggling with low mood, a lack of motivation, a lack of social connection, actually spending too much time on your own or activities that sort of ground and bring you down might actually feel like it exacerbates the low mood. And what might be helpful self-care for you is actually doing something which is a bit more stimulating. So that might be going out for a walk in the brisk, cold air. It might be forcing yourself, pushing yourself to go for that coffee with that friend, to have that social connection and get yourself out of your head. It might be making yourself exercise even though you don't feel like it, because you'll get those endorphins. For someone else, saying no to the gym might be their self-care. So this week, I want you to get really curious about meaningful self-care to you. I want you to schedule it and I want you to make it a non-negotiable activity for this week and let us know how you get on. And the second thing I want you to do is I want you to reframe self-care as not being selfish, but essential. Okay, take care and I look forward to hearing how you get on. Bye for now.